A nomad smuggler by the name of V is looking for his client near the city's border. With the help of his old friend Willie, he traces his client and reaches him. Jackie Wells, the client, was waiting for V in a trailer nearby. As they make introductions, V reveals that he has left his nomad clan and now lives on his own. Later at the border checkpoint, V is called in the customs officer room to hand over the manifest about his cargo. He bribes the officer and V and Jackie cross the border. As soon as they cross the border, they are attacked by border security but manage to evade them and make their way into a nearby town. There, Jackie and V open the cargo and find an alive iguana in it, which belongs to Arasaka, a powerful corporate in their world. Jackie and V decide to be partners and make their way into the Night City, and they both begin doing jobs for different clients in the city. Half a year goes by. Jackie sets up a meeting for V with one of the biggest fixers in Night City, Dex. Before heading to the meet, V visits Dr. Victor, a local Ripper doc, which installs some new upgrades in V's body. After that, V heads towards Dexter's car where he meets him. Dex asks him to retrieve an Arasaka bot which he bought from a gang's previous leader, but the new leader does not seem to be interested in handing over the bot to Dex. He reveals that we'll be using this combat bot to retrieve a biochip from the Arasaka Corporation. Jackie and V make their way to the gang's hideout place and demands them to hand over the bot. As they refuse to do so, Jackie and V fight their way towards it and retrieve the bot. Dex then asks V to visit Evelyn in a bar to gather info on the biochip. At the bar, Evelyn sets up a brain dance footage for V. A brain dance is a recording of a real-life event that can be used to analyze the surroundings and people later. In the BD, Evelyn meets her secret lover Yorinobu Arasaka, son of Saburo Arasaka, who has a rebellious behavior against his father for his strict policies. Through the BD, V learns the location of the biochip in Yorinobu's suite and meets with Dex and Jackie in the Afterlife Club. Dex hands over corporate suits to Jackie and V and provide them with the Delamon car service, a high-quality AI car that will provide transport and defensive support to the duo. They make their way into the hotel where Yorinobu is staying. T-Bug, a local netrunner, guides them through the hotel to Yorinobu's room. Once there, they retrieve the chip, but as they are escaping, they are disturbed by Yorinobu and Saburo Arasaka before they steal the biochip. Things go down as Yorinobu gets into a heated argument with his father and ends up murdering Saburo Arasaka, the head of the corporate. He then calls upon the guards and tells them that Saburo has been assassinated through poison, putting the entire hotel on high alert. Takemura, Saburo's personal guard and assistant, doubts Yorinobu's claims, but he is shut off as Yorinobu is the new head of the company. Once the room is clear, Jackie and V attempt to leave through the balcony, but they are detected by a drone, and they are forced to jump off. This injures Jackie and the biochip's integrity is compromised. To save it from dropping any further, Jackie puts the biochip in his head. On their way out to escape, Jackie dies in the car and swaps the biochip in V's head. V reaches Dex and informs him about the murder of Saburo Arasaka. Dex panics and decides to betray V and return the chip to Arasaka to avoid any trouble. As he shoots V in the face, he experiences a flashback of Johnny Silverhands, a former rock star and war veteran. After doing his last performance, Johnny attacks the Corpu Tower and plants a bomb in it. He is attacked by Atom Smasher before he escapes and is brought to Saburo Arasaka. Upon interrogation, Johnny reveals that he did all this to stop Arasaka. In retaliation, Saburo transfers Johnny's personality into a biochip, the one that is now inserted in V's head. V wakes up in a junkyard where Dex tries handing him over to Takemura, but Takemura kills Dex and takes V with him. On the way, they are attacked by Arasaka soldiers sent by Yorinobu. They manage to escape them but get wounded in the process. V leads Takemura to Dr. Vic to get patched up. At the doctor's place, Vic reveals that the biochip in V's head will eventually kill him, and Vic does not have any fix for his problem. Johnny Silverhand now exists in a digital form in V's head, and he is the reason that V survived the bullet from Dexter. As he reaches his apartment, he meets with Ghost of Johnny in his head. They both seem to hate sharing the same body, and after a little argument V passes out. He wakes up and receives a call from Takemura, who asks V to meet him at the diner. There, Takemura tells V that he believes the same thing as him, that Yorinobu murdered his father. They decide to search for Hellman, the inventor of the biochip and someone who can be a witness against Yorinobu. V decides to meet Rogue, the biggest fixer in Night City, to learn about Hellman's whereabouts. She begins her search for Hellman after receiving the payment. Meanwhile, Johnny looks for Evelyn in a dollhouse. Judy and V learn that she has been sold to some BD dealers and they rescue her. While Evelyn is still unconscious, Judy scans her chip and finds 2 more recordings. Through the BDs we learn that Evelyn was also going to sell info on Yorinobu to a gang named Voodoo Boys. To learn more, V decides to confront the Voodoo Boys. Meanwhile, Takemura sets up a meeting with Oda, personal bodyguard of Hanako Arasaka, Saburo's daughter. They try to explain to him that Yorinobu killed his father, but Oda gets offended and leaves. Takemura informs V that Hanako will be holding a parade in Night City soon, and they prepare a plan to abduct her while she is present in the parade so V can tell her the truth. Before they move with their parade plan, V heads back to Rogue, who informs him about Hellman's position, but to get to him, he must need help from a native nomad in that area called Pan Am. V contacts Pan Am and they decide to help each other. After V has helped Pan Am retrieve her truck, she helps him back by abducting Hellman. V brings Hellman to a hotel out of city where Takemura meets them. Hellman hands over the biochip's blueprints to V, and he leaves Takemura to take care of Hellman. Takemura begin reconnaissance for the parade. Meanwhile, V heads towards the Voodoo Boys and meets Brigitte there. She reveals that they need to contact Alt Cunningham, Johnny's girlfriend from the past, and she puts V in a cyberspace to go look for Alt. Once inside the cyberspace, we see a flashback where Alt is kidnapped by some thugs and Johnny is wounded. He is brought to a clinic by a guy named Thamson, who reveals that Alt is kidnapped by Arasaka as she is the inventor of Soulkiller, an artificial intelligence able to copy Netrunners' minds through their neural links. However, the process destroyed the target's brain. Arasaka kidnapped Cunningham and forced her to create their own version of Soulkiller, which would store the minds of its targets in Arasaka's digital fortress. Mikashi, Thamson and Silverhand led a rescue effort to save Cunningham, but failed to find her before Arasaka used Soulkiller on her. Silverhand's later thermonuclear attack was a cover to free Alt's consciousness from Arasaka's subnet, but Arasaka captured him and used Soulkiller on him as well. Cunningham's digital form then agrees to help V remove Johnny from her brain if he can get Cunningham into Mikashi again. As V wakes up, Brigitte asks him to give himself up and let her take Johnny's engram from his mind. V fights his way out of the Voodoo Boys' hideout and reaches Takemura, who informs him that the parade day is near and everything is ready for them to execute their plan. On the parade day, as V is deactivating Hanako's security, he is attacked by her personal bodyguard Oda. After an intense fight, V manages to kill Oda and this gives Takemura a window to abduct Hanako. Once they have brought her to a safe hideout, Takemura tries telling her the truth about Yorinobu but she don't seem to believe him. This is when they are attacked by Arasaka, and Takemura is killed, forcing V to escape out of the city and take shelter in a far hotel. Hanako approaches him through a doll and tells V that she believes him. She asks V to meet her in the city center discreetly. As V meets Hanako, she reveals that Yorinobu is soon holding a meeting including all heads of the corporation, and she will get V into the meeting so he can testify against Yorinobu as a witness. In return, she agrees to help V get rid of the biochip. Both of them come to an agreement, but as soon as V steps out of her place, he faints. As he opens his eyes in Dr. Vic's clinic, he is informed that he must immediately take pills to numb the chip's effect if he wants to survive a little longer. Misty takes V to the rooftop where Jackie would often come when he had to make a decision. Once Misty leaves, Johnny and V get into an argument about whether to take the pills and help Hanako get rid of Yorinobu or not. V decides to trust Hanako and takes the pill, shutting off Johnny in his brain for a while. After that, Hellman arrives to take him to Yorinobu's place where V would attend the meeting of board. Things don't go as planned, when V is denied entry and gets attacked by Yorinobu's guards. He manages to make his way to Hanako and she leads him to a lab, where it is revealed that Saburo Arasaka has created a replica of himself before dying and now exists in a digital form. Hanako then takes V and Saburo's digital existence to the meeting of board members, where V testifies against Yorinobu but no one seems to believe him. Things take a turn when Saburo reveals himself and confirms V's words. The testimony is made worthless when Yorinobu's guards arrive and kill every board member. V then decides to go after Yorinobu and makes his way through the building, fighting several guards. Before he could approach Yorinobu, he is stopped by Yorinobu's personal guard, Atom Smasher, the strongest human-machine hybrid in Night City. After the most difficult battle of his life, V manages to defeat Atom and makes his way towards Yorinobu. Yorinobu claims that whatever he did was for the good, as his father was too violent with his policies and it was important to bring an end to his leadership. Hanako arrives and holds her brother in her lap to console him. She brings Hellman to take V with him and help him get rid of the biochip as promised. As V follows Hellman, he faints. He then lives in a cyberspace where he meets Johnny for the last time. Johnny is disappointed in V for helping the Arasaka and letting them cut out a piece of V from within him, which is the biochip. V bids farewell to Johnny and returns back to his physical self. He wakes up in a space station owned by Araska. There he goes under treatment for recovering his basic human abilities. Through news, he learns that Saburo have taken over the body of Yorinobu through a biochip, and Arasaka have made great progress in personality transfer research, allowing people to transfer their minds into a chip and evade death by getting a newer body. Hellman soon arrives, and informs V that the chip has damages his neural network beyond fixing. He offers two options to V, either live his last few weeks on Earth in his original form, or use the soul transferring technology by Arasaka to save his soul to be used in another body later on. In the last moment of the game, the player is given two choices to end the game with: either leave the space station to live his last days as a human, or kneel down to Arasaka and give his soul to be stored in Mikashi. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe for more epic videos. We will see you at the next one.